Hello, friends, and welcome to our channel Sukun FM English. You are about to listen episode number 18, and we hope you enjoy it. If you do, please don't forget to like, share, and let us know your thought in the comment. And if you have not subscribed to channel yet, make sure hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. Now let's begin the story. Summer eyebrows frowned slightly and he asked the old man in a cold voice, "Are you from the skeleton lake?" The old man laughed and said, "You are very smart, but no matter how smart are you, you will be not able to save Kiara Agrawal. She has to die today." Saying this, the old man wiped his face and his hand, and slowly the fake yellow skin on his face come off, revealing his real and terrifying face. This man had really disguised himself, seeing his real face. It was clearly visible that he was a 35 to 40-year-old man. Kiara got up from the ground and frowned her eyebrows. Her beautiful face was covered with indifference. She asked the man, "Who are you, and why do you want to kill me?" She knew that she had many enemies in the business world. She had received threats earlier also. Once her car was even broken into, and many times spies were also sent to her company. But this was the first time when someone tried to shoot her. People used to send their spies to her company to steal her business so that they could copy her jewelry design. But this time it was not a simple attack. Rather, they wanted to kill her. The attacker replied to Kiara's word and said, "Miss Kiara, someone is giving me 5 crore rupees to cut off your hand, and I am just doing this work for money." And he again pointed the gun to at Kiara with a cold smile. But then Samar moved from his palace and he stood in front of Kiara and hid Kiara behind me. He could not let anything happen to Kiara. Even though he was about to divorce the girl, they had not divorced yet, so even if it was just on paper, Kiara was still his wife. So obviously he could not leave Kiara to die like that. Seeing Samar jump in front of her, Kiara's pretty face changed. Her heart skipped a beat. Yes, the man in front of her was her husband. But ever since they got married, Kiara had looked at him with love. She never respected him. But now that Kiara was in danger, the man she considers a love life still jumped in front of her to save her. This was despite knowing that the man in front of her had a gun that could kill someone. For her, he was even ready to give up his life. Kiara's heart was shaken. There was a moment when she was also wanted to cry. She, it was always said that girls are emotional creatures. It wasn't a lie. Summer hid her behind him, and this made her very emotional. The middle-aged man smiled cloudly. His eye filled with disdain. He threatened Summer to intimidate her. "Son, you want to able a hero and save this girl. I am afraid you might get yourself killed." But Summer was not affected by this threat. He smiled slightly. "No, no, I just want to see how strong the skeleton link man is." His eyes were full of pride. He was a man of the skeleton lake, and even if the head of the skeleton lake come, he was nothing in front of him. Once the shadow got angry, there would be corpses within 1,000 miles radius. This was the worst nightmare of all the shadow group members. Hearing his word, the middle-aged man put his finger on the trigger and got ready to shoot, and said angrily, "Okay, then get ready to die." He was about to shoot when, in the blink of an eye, Summer disappeared from his eyes. The middle aged man rubbed his eyes and looked from left to right but couldn't find him. His face changed and sweat started to flow from his forehead. Then suddenly a teasing voice come from behind in the middle-aged man. Are you looking for me? The middle-aged man suddenly turned around the found that Summer was standing behind him. He was shocked as if he had seen a ghost. He said nervously, how did you come behind me? This man was so fast that he didn't even get a chance to do anything. Summer extended his right hand and immediately snatched the middle aged man's gun. He disassembled all the parts of the gun, and in an instant, the gun turned into a pile of the parts and fell into the ground. He saw fear on the middle aged man's face. After looking at Summer closely, the middle aged man finally remembered the man in front of him was the Shadow King. He had seen him in a photo before. He laughed and said softly, "Oh, you are the Shadow King." The man was scared. He was about to say something when Samar grabbed his hand and pulled him towards her and grabbed his neck. She whispered into a man's ear, "You know too much." Samar pressed the man's neck with a little force. They heard a catch sound on his neck broke, his body falling slowly to the ground. Even though he didn't want to kill anyone, this man recognized him, so it was only right to kill him. Or if his identity was revealed, he would have to face the insane leader of the Skeleton League and the other members as well. Just then, Summer felt something. He tried to smell something and said, "The smell of gunpowder." He can there still be the smell of gunpowder in the air. Summer could smell the smell of the gunpowder from a distance. He had obviously killed the attacker before, but he could still smell the gunpowder in the air. This smell was so strong that it was stronger than the smell coming from the this man gun, like coming from a sniper gun. Then he suddenly noticed that there was a red dot near Kiara's heart. He immediately said, "A red dot? Oh no, sniper!" Samar's face changed. His eyes was full of surprise. The red dot on Kiara's heart was when where the sniper was aiming. Reckless. He was really reckless. At this moment, his heart was filled with guilt. He had originally thought that it was just a middle aged man who had come to attack Kiara. He had not even thought that there could be a sniper. The sniper could kill anyone no matter how far away. It was a creature like could kill people with a single shot. If the sniper was aiming at Summer, he with his fast speed he could naturally avoid it. But the sniper was actually aiming at Kiara. Kiara was a common man. She had no way to escape from it. If the sound of a bullet was heard, Kiara would die without a doubt. Just then, there was a sound of gunshot, and on hearing the sound, Summer shouted, "Kiara!" His facial expression changed and he ran towards Kiara. He suddenly hugged Kiara, holding her safely in his arm. The bullet comes straight and hit Summer's shoulder. Suddenly, a stream of blood come out, which instantly turned his cloth red. Some blood also spilled on Kiara's beautiful face. Summer grabbed Kiara and rolled on the ground. He, along with Kiara, ran into a deserted shed with which was not far away. Behind them, two or four more bullets were fired. It was good that he ran fast, otherwise, he would have to get shot again to save Kiara. This shed was a junkyard. There was only one room there. This room was filled with junk all around. There was also a bed. The owner was not there, probably. He had gone to collect more recycling. After the two of them went in, the sniper outside continued to shoot. It seemed like he was searching for two of more them like crazy. Seeing Samar covered in blood, Kara's pretty face became panicked. Kara said nervously, You lost a lot of blood. We have to do something soon. This girl was usually arrogant, was now behaving like a panicked little girl. If this kind of assassinations attempt was made on a normal person, he would probably have fainted already. But Kiara was the CEO of a big company after all. She had seen big storms and waves. Even though she was panicked, at least she didn't faint. She was just a little worried because she did not know what to do. Sumar's face was very pale and he could hardly talk. He mustered up courage and said to Kiara, "It's not a big deal. First of all, stop panic and quickly find a small knife and something to light a fire. I have to remove the bullet from my shoulder. This bullet is poisonous. If it is stay inside for long, the poison will separate throughout the body." When he was shot, he realized that this bullet was not a normal bullet, but it was an anesthetic pill. It had anesthetic in it, and it was making him unconscious. If he didn't remove the bullet as soon as possible, he would faint from the anesthetic. And if the sniper come in after he fainted, it would kill both of them. Kiara's pretty face changed a little and she started looking for a knife, a lighter, and a piece of a gauge in the room. In no time, Kiara found a thin knife and an old lighter. Also, she did not find any gauge, but found a cloth that Summer could tie on his wound. She ran and bought at his stuff to Summer. Summer knew that had little time. The sniper could come at any moment. She had to take out of this bullet quickly. He used a lighter to heat up the small knife and clean it. And then he took off his cloth in front of Kiara's shocked gaze. He stubbled his shoulder and ripped his skin and took out the bullet inside. And then he cleaned the wound and wrapped a piece of cloth over it. Seeing Summer take off the bullet, Kiara's covered her red lip with her little hand. Surprise clearly visible in her eyes. This man was really very strong. He was taking out bullets with a knife without any wrinkle. She was even more surprised when she saw the crisscrossing marks on his back. The marks were the medals of a man telling to of extraordinary experiences. Kiara's felt some inexplicable sadness in her heart. She suddenly realized that she knew very little about Summer. All she knew that he lived aboard. Apart from this, she did not know anything about what he did, what he does. Kiara blinked and looked at Summer and asked, "Why do you save me?" There was a complicated expression on her beautiful face. She knew that if this man had not taken a bullet of her, she would have already died. Summer tried the note and lightly replied to her, "I promise, Grandpa, that I will always take care of you after marriage." He had promised his dying grandfather that he would marry Kiara and take good care of her. He was a man of his words, since he had promised Grandpa, even if he died, he would take care of Kiara as long as she was his wife. So even if he was injured, he wouldn't let Kiara get even a scratch. He did not want to disappoint his late grandfather. Of course, if they got divorced and he left Indore, naturally he didn't need to keep this promise. Nor did the need to take care of Kiara. Disappointment spread across Kiara's beautiful face. He said softly, "It was your grandfather wish." She thought that Summer would say she fall in love with him. So he saved him. But he was only doing it because of the promise he made of his grandfather, which made her very upset. But at the same time, she also regretted divorcing this man in front of her. It was obviously wrong to be in contact with him for just 2 days, not know anything about him, and dislike him based on her own impression. But fortunately, because of the attack, they had not gone to the Civil Affair Bureau. Naturally, they did not divorce yet. They were still legally husband and wife, and she still had a chance to get to know Summer. When Summer saw the pill, her expression suddenly changed. There was a black poisonous spider pattern on the pill. He said as soon as he saw the pill, the poisonous spider pill. Poisonous spider pill had an anesthetic effect and were extremely rare. He knew that only one person in the whole world had poisonous spider pill, and that was poisonous spider himself. Poisonous spider was a professional killer, ranked third on the list of the contract killers, and only Tiger King had poisonous spider. He had already understood that the attack must have been planned by Tiger King, and he was the target. These people attacked Kiara first because they knew that if they attacked Summer directly, he would survive. But if they attack Kiara, who is a commoner, who is a much easier target and does not know how to avoid attack, Summer will be forced to save her, and once he jump into the Kiara save, he will definitely get hurt too. In this, Tiger King, is it his poisonous spider? And is this her conspiracy? Summer eyes were cold. He had already sentenced these two men to death in her heart. Then she felt something. She was someone slowly walking towards them with light steps. He immediately whispered to Kiara, Kiara, you hide in a corner. Kiara hid in a corner as soon as she heard her, and Summer himself started waiting for the poisonous spider. Kiara expressed her concern and said, You also take care of yourself. Expressions of worry were clearly visible on her beautiful face. She knew that she could do nothing except hiding in a corner. So she quickly hid so that Summer would not face any trouble because of her. Just then there was a loud explosion. Summer saw that a wooden door was opened with a force. He was looking in the direction when a bullet was fired towards him. Summer heard the bullet and quickly moved to his left and dragged it right where Summer was standing. A golden bullet hit in the ground with a loud noise. The bullet was the size of a coin. It created a crater when it fell on the ground and smoke was coming out of it. If Summer had been hit by the bullet, he would have died. But luckily he survived. Surprise was clearly visible in Summer's eyes as he looked at the crater in the ground. He muttered in surprise, What a perfect shot! The speed of the bullet was very fast and the accuracy was very high. Ordinary people could be killed with just one bullet. Only a king like him could dodge it. Then three more bullets suddenly fired in the air with a shrill sound that cut through the air and headed towards Summer. Firing three bullets simultaneously at the some target was the special move of the poisonous spider. There were countless powerful men in the shadow group who lost their lives because of this move of his. At that moment, Summer smiled and mocked him. Play a trick with me. He stamped his right foot on the ground, leaving a mark on the cement. Obviously, the force was very powerful. What will Summer do next? Listen tomorrow's episode. If you enjoy the episode and the story, please like, share, and comment the story, and also subscribe our Sukun FM English channel.